Hello world, what's good with everybody, man? Y'all know what it is, and we back, and we back. I know it's been about a good 6 months. Yeah, it's been about a good 6 months, but I'm back, man. And yeah, we're gonna have to talk about this. We're gonna have to get started with this, man, for sure. I'm quite sure everybody gonna be tuning in a second. I know the notifications definitely going off, and I already know that everybody gonna tap in and holler at me anyway. You did what I'm saying, but once we get going, you did, we will be all right, man. But like I said before, I already got somebody in the chat right now. You did what I'm saying. Andrew Gray, what's good with you, man? For sure. What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah, man. It's been a it's been a eventful weekend, huh? It's been an eventful weekend, huh? Oh man, it's definitely been an eventful weekend. Uh I definitely have been enjoying fights. I definitely have been enjoying fights. What's that? For the last 7 to 8 months. You see what I'm saying? I've definitely been to going to a lot of fights, unannounced, just popping up, going to fights. Got a fight to go to upcoming, and I actually had a fight myself. So yeah, I've been in the gym, back in the gym, and we back on road. We right back in the ring June 22nd. So we moving right along the schedule, man. One monkey can't stop no show. You did what I'm saying, but it's been a great weekend of boxing. I must say, man. The card in Saudi, it was a couple fights on it that I did want to see. That I did want to see on the Saudi card. Of course, they had the heavyweights going at it. Frank Sanchez. If you've been over here, right? If you've been over here with me. Um, Oh, I got a shout out to the guys. And Andrew Gray was good with it. Mrs. Shelton was good with it. What's going on? Yes, indeed. Hello, world. Yeah, man, I'm back, man. Hot Tep Shalom was good with you, man. Salute to you as well. Yes, indeed. Respect. He said, man, it's been a crazy weekend. I already know, Walt. I know it has. All right, what's going on? Would you say salute and respect, brother? Tell you time to drop them jewels. Good, sir. Yeah, I'm finna go ahead and drop them, man. I'm definitely gonna drop a lot of jewels because I know everybody gonna come back to watch this video. It's a couple people, it's a couple people. I actually had a chance to just sit back and see who was gonna say what as far as when it comes to the heavyweight division. If people was gonna say the correct and people was gonna say the honest things, maybe like one or two people. Maybe like one or two people. We're gonna probably say about three. But everybody else, they've been kicking that bullshit. But and I can see that, some people, I'm not gonna say that they listen to me, but I can kind of tell they say, well, you know what, damn, Tay did say this, and the third. This kind of made sense. Oh, okay, I see what he was. I had a couple people hit me up and say, bro, you will never lying, bro. I mean, I ain't got no reason to cap. You hear what I'm saying? So got to talk about the Fury and Oleksandr Usyk fight. That was a fight that I knew it was going. I actually kind of knew what was going to be going on in that fight from the very, very, very first beginning. Uh, like I said before, people clowned me and said this, and the third, and I didn't know this, and I didn't know that. Okay, well, I just continue to let my actions speak for themselves. I continue to let my words prosper and continue to grow. That's what I do. And then, of course, man, this guy right here, y'all seen him before to the right of your screen. Y'all seen him before on this channel a lot of times. I think Brian Norman Jr. has been over here 3 or 4 times. Um, Brian Norman Jr., like I said before, if you go back to the very first time that I had him on the channel, I said, guys, you just have to be patient with this guy. Even after his first fight, a lot of people say, man, I was expecting a knockout because all the sparring and whoop, the whoop, boom. I say, hey, you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. See, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna drop some jewels on what you guys didn't know. I'm gonna drop some jewels on what you guys didn't know. And we're gonna go from there. But checking out this Frank Sanchez fight, man. Honestly, the Frank Sanchez fight kind of went how I thought it would. I was probably the only person, right? I'm not gonna shit on Frank Sanchez because I do like Frank Sanchez, but I was probably the only person to say, hey, y'all might want to just calm down and relax on Frank Sanchez for these specific reasons. And I'm going to tell you exactly when I said it. I said you might want to calm down on Frank Sanchez because when he fought on Deontay Wilder's undercard, when he fought on this undercard in Brooklyn 2 years ago when he fought Helenius, many people don't know his opponent that night actually was coming up from cruiserweight. His opponent that night was coming up from cruiserweight. And I kept saying, hey, you guys might want to chill out on Frank Sanchez, because everybody's saying, oh man, he's a southpaw, he got power, he can do this, he can do that. I say, yeah, I didn't see what you guys was getting at. I didn't see that. I forget the name of the guy he fought that night. It was on Deontay Wilder undercard when he fought Helenius. That guy he fought that night actually came up from cruiserweight. And we actually, are talking with myself and Coach Jay. I remember very vividly. I was talking to Coach Jay in the back. I said, man, I think this fight got a potential chance to go to distance. Jay kind of looked at me like, Tay, this guy coming up from cruiserweight. Frank Sanchez might get him out of there early. So when the fight kept going on, we was kind of shocked and surprised that the fight was going as long as it did. In that fight, Frank Sanchez was being backed up. In that fight, Frank Sanchez got hit with a couple body shots that he didn't like. In that very same fight, you seen Frank Sanchez come forward only when his opponent got tired. So from that point, if you guys go back to that live, and some of this stuff I erased off my channel anyway because I got some other stuff going on, but I know for a fact that I said, hey, you guys might want to slow down on you might just want to slow down on Frank Sanchez. Well, one of the biggest things I probably learned about Frank Sanchez this past week was talking to Uncle Luis Ortiz. He said, hey man, it's two ways you can beat Frank Sanchez. Said, first of all, you got to back him up. And second of all, he said you got to back him up and stay on him. And the second thing is go to the body. He don't like body shots. Uh-oh. Well, what happened? Didn't his opponent, Caballero back him up and go to the body? Relentless pressure all the way around the ring from round one to whenever it ended? Absolutely, he did. He wasn't giving Frank Sanchez no time to breathe. If they had a clinch, they had to break up. The referee broke him up. Boom, he was right back on Sanchez like Nats on shit. Right back to it. Going to the body, delivering some significant body shots. And that's actually something that I have already seen. Only if that fighter, when he fought on Deontay Wilder undercard, only if that fighter could have did the same thing that night, he possibly could have pulled it off. He did it a little mild, a little mid. He did it a little bit inside that fight. But when I saw it, I said, hey, we got a potential fight on our hands. Of course, Sanchez ended up stopping him when he fought on the Wilder undercard. But this past weekend, it showed me that Luis Ortiz definitely has spent has done some round with Sanchez. And it's crazy because Luis Ortiz's brother has said the same thing maybe it might be like a year before then when we was actually talking about Frank Sanchez. Because Frank Sanchez, of course, had called out Wilder. And, of course, we still talk to Team Ortiz and things of that nature. And, it's just a conversation that came up about that fight. And that was one of the key things that his brother, Luis Ortiz's brother, was saying. Just go to the body. But how did you guys feel about the fight? Because me personally, if you've been over here with me, you know that I haven't been high on Frank Sanchez. You guys know that I haven't been on Frank Sanchez. Now, one of the moves that I didn't like about Frank Sanchez was training with He's actually no Frank Sanchez actually fought on wild card 2 times. Yeah, twice. Yeah, absolutely twice. He went over with he changed trainers, and I thought that was very, very. Mm, it was a. I'm not gonna say that was the reason why he lost, but he's had some trainers, and I'm trying to see why is he switching trainers. That was one of the key things that threw me off. You know what I mean? Because he had Canelo training, then of course he had I forget the Ryan Garcia old trainer. So him to keep switching trainers, that kind of sort of threw me off a little bit. Like what's going on? And then of course I seen him with I actually seen last time I seen Frank Sanchez, I seen him walking with Ryan Garcia's father, Henry Garcia. So it kind of made me like, what's the mix up? Like, what's going on over here? What's happening? I don't know. I had to figure it out. But that fight right there was one of the fights that I did want to see. And Caballero, man, he's come back with a vengeance. Caballero has come back with a vengeance. He that's what his second or third fight back, and he's in the winner's circle, man. And Turkey Al-Sheikh, he actually likes uh Caballero. Caballero is not a bad fighter. He's not a bad fighter at all. Caballero might come into the minds of some people because Caballero was actually the guy that Tyson Fury was trying to fight during COVID because he was stating that Deontay Wilder wasn't training, wasn't ready, and things of that nature. But the truth of the matter is, we was in Miami in training camp, but he was trying to duck out the fight. But he was trying to fight Caballero, and that's how you may remember his name coming up. So that was one of the interesting fights, man. To me, I watched a lot of fights. Is some other fights that I got that I wanted to see, but they were mid. They were really mid. Of course, we had Tyson Fury and the Joker. The Joker did not come to play. You know, uh, Now before I get to break down my own assessment on the fight and what I think about the fight, I want to go back to the very, very, very first beginning. I want to go back to the very, very first beginning, right? The very, very first beginning. Around this time last year, we're going to say around this time last year, a month ago. So let's say April 20th, 420, February, March, April. We were talking about undisputed. You remember when Deontay Wilder went over to Saudi Arabia and everybody was like, oh, he shook his hand and things of that nature, and he shook Fury hands. Well, now, if you go back to listen to 78 Sports TV Live, when Deontay Wilder was in Saudi Arabia, he mentioned a couple things during that live. You can go back and play it. He mentioned a couple things during that live. And it probably went over a lot of people's head. Some of the things that Tyson Fury has been able to get away with, he was not going to get away with in Saudi Arabia. And I see people trying to make differences, or he's lost it and things of that nature, and this and the third. It's a reason why the performance looked the way it looked this past weekend. It's a reason why that performance looked the way it looked when he fought in Ghana. No matter how you try to dispute it, it's a reason. It's a reason. And I spoke on it before. LW boxing was good. I spoke on it before. It wasn't going to be able to get away with those things. But like I said before, all you have to do for your own self, go back and watch the the beginning of everything. Go back and watch the live. That's all you got to do. Go back and watch the live interview with him and 78 Sports TV. A lot of things that you saw this past weekend, it came up. It came up. And then we jumped from that. We jumped to, it was supposed to be an undisputed fight last year. You guys remember when it was, I told you guys it was a $120 million deal. See, everybody forget about that part. It was a $120 million deal, which means both fighters would have got 60 mil apiece. That was back in February, March of last year. Fury turned it down. Fury turned it down. But you also remember when Frank Warren and Fury were saying, well, you guys can come fight us over here in the UK. You can come fight us over here in the UK. But I still want that 70%. The Joker said, okay. The Joker said, okay, I'll take the fight. But they still said no. He still turned down the fight. That was the first thing that let me know that he really, really did not want to fight Oleksandr Usyk. That was the first thing I said, you know what? He don't want to fight Oleksandr Usyk. Now, I took a lot of heat for it because I was saying it on Twitter. I took a lot of heat for it. I said, hey, man, I don't think you want to fight. He turned down this deal. Come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. He turned down the deal for 120 million. You're going to get 60 million and it's 50-50. The whole thing was him wanting 70%. That was the whole thing. That was the whole thing. He wanted 70%. But the 50-50 would have been 60 apiece, which is 120 million. Oh, so Turkey got smart. Turkey got smart. Because if you remember, there was skills challenge. There was skills challenge. It's a lot of things that happen with skills challenge. So it's no more skills challenge from Saudi Arabia. The king said, no bueno, is not going down. Well, the king and the crown prince put Turkey al-Sheikh in charge. Turkey al-Sheikh was just dealing with, throwing different shows on the music and musical type of things. That's all he was doing over there. But now he got his interest in boxing because he is a big boxing fan, right? And when he got involved with it, Skills Challenge just had signed Oleksandr Usyk. And I think a lot of people forgot about that going into this fight as well. Oleksandr Usyk was definitely a Saudi Arabia fighter. He was definitely the A side in this fight. It was definitely 50-50 fight. And it was definitely 50-50 on the money as well. Right now, although you might see, Matchroom over there because of Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, and Turkey need a little help, things of that nature. So it look a little bit like they're running things. That's not the case. Sorry if you've been misinformed. But what's actually has happened, what's actually going on is that, hey, Turkey say, I'm going to get you this fight. Get ready. Get ready. You're still a Saudi fighter. We're going to get you this fight. Turkey did say, okay, you want 70%. Well, I'm going to give you Francis Ngannou. See now how everything coming together. I'm gonna give you Ngannou so that I can make this undisputed match. I'm gonna give you a little extra money. I'm not gonna take my fighter and leave him alone and so you can just get 70% of what's going on over here. No, this is my fighter. He's gonna get 50-50. That was one of the reasons why Oleksandr Usyk signed to the Saudis. Skills Challenge before then and signed to the Saudis. Because he wanted a 50-50 split. Cool, he got that. But Fury wanted 70%. So Turkey got smart, said, well, I'm going to give you Ngannou. You can go get the big fight. You can go get that. But guess what you can't do? You can't wear them bullshit ass gloves. You can't cheat. And we're going to be testing. Oh, and I must say, the testing is very, very extensive. The testing is very, very extensive. Okay? So that's one of the things. He goes and fight Ngannou, and people say, well, he didn't train for Ngannou. He didn't do this against Ngannou. Well, I'll be damned. Because when I look at the Ngannou fight, when I look at the Oleksandr Usyk fight, but I go back and look at the Wilder fights, and I go back and look at what's his name? Chisora fight, when I go back and look at Burnt Strick fight, when I go look at these fights, I see this monstrous person who has this one punch knockout power, who's just knocking everybody out, who's throwing an uppercut from hell. Chisora just falling like Chisora just falling over, like shit just really, really hurt. And Chisora, and I got a story to tell you about Chisora, because I know for a fact that Chisora called Deontay Wilder about some gloves. I know that. So Chisora, I got you on my mind, and I might put it out there. But to make a long story short, that's what I started noticing. I said, damn, we don't see this power. We don't see this. Damn, hold on. So wait a minute. Now that I said those names and I played back memory, I see Usyk weighed in. He went up like 15 to 20 pounds. I see that Fury down there lost almost a lot of weight. I seen him go back down. I said, hold on, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me you're a one-punch knockout artist? You've been walking people down. You've been bullying them. You've been bullying people. You've been bulldozing people. You've been running through them. You beat everybody. But this go round, you go back to revert to boxing. You go back to boxing versus a guy who's smaller versus a guy who can actually box, pivot, maneuver, who's a former cruiserweight, who can maneuver, give you some of the Lomachenko. You know what I mean? He can actually do that. So you go from losing all this, knocking people out, uppercuts, one-punch knockout power, to back to boxing. Wait a minute. Did anybody see Fury get him that big-ass right hand? And I think it was like the 4th or 5th round, and Usyk looked at him like, damn, that's it? See, but when I was trying to tell people, I know many heavyweights. I know many heavyweights who's spoken to me personally, who's contacted me via Twitter, via, social media, who's contacted me and said, man, Fury ain't got no punching power like that. I've sparred him. Guys who's a former opponent of Fury reached out to me. And he don't punch like that, bro. Like, but to the world, I'm just making stuff up. To the world, I'm just saying this. I'm just saying whatever that comes out of my ass. That's what the world. But these are former opponents. These are former sparring partners who are all telling me the same shit. So is it that they lie, or he lying because that one punch power don't exist without that good juice? See, people ridicule me. People's this and that. Oh, now people saying it just, no, the fight with Wilder took it out of him. No. We're not going to use that, because it's according to you guys and all you guys in the UK, you guys want to make a statue. You guys want to make a statue of Deontay Fury knocking out Deontay. But you guys called him a bum. He can't fight. He's a dozer. He can't punch. Got skinny legs. This, and the third. Should I keep going? That's what all you guys said. That's what all you guys said. And now he got beat by a guy who's almost the same size as Deontay as far as compared to weight. He lost to a guy who was also shorter. He lost to a guy who, Oleksandr Usyk don't have the biggest punch of the heavyweight division. He don't have the biggest punch of the heavyweight division. He lost to a guy that was shorter, a guy who really can't crack like that, and a guy who can just box. But you've been knocking out people, one punch knockout power, uppercut here, and sent burnt straight tumbling. Chisora, you put 50,000 knots on his head, and damn, you're breaking, your mandible bone. You got a indentation in mandible. This one punch power was nowhere to be found Saturday night, and I wonder why. Oh, because Turkey Al-Sheikh said he not playing that bullshit. You see, because when you try to pull out the fight When you tried to pull out the fight, when you told your sparring partner to give you that, they already knew what was up. Like my boy Champside said, they had you hostage. Turkey had you hostage, or you wasn't gonna get away from that. Because my thing is, listen, sometimes secret messages are shown. I seen Turkey out of sheep posted pictures of Fury getting his ass whooped. I seen no. Well, if he was cycling off, well, it could have been a situation where he was cycling off Andrew Gray, right? It could have been a situation of him cycling off, but I know that there's extensive testing. I mean, extensive. I mean, your ass gonna wake up at 3:30 in the morning to get that doorbell. Trust me, I know. Hey, and if if they see you out, put it like this. Even if you at the mall, I'm not gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it in a way. Even if you're at the mall in Saudi Arabia, they're gonna find you and make you piss. I'm telling you, I know. I've been over there. I'm getting ready to go back over there. I know. So it's very, very extensive over there. Very, very extensive. But I wonder where that crunk style was at. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for because I seen it against the crunk style. Come forward, knock you out, one punch power. I seen it in the Deontay fights, right? And I'm trying to, but damn, I got about 15 to 20 sparring partners and former fighters telling me he really can't punch like that. So I'm trying to put it all together. Then I see the report. I'm at the doctor's with bro. We got the same orthopedic. I know what's going on, but people telling me I'm lying. I'm trying to make this all make sense. People telling me I'm lying, but we got the same orthopedic. Damn, the same doctor who got Earl Spence. The same doctor who got other fighters too. Oh man, damn. I'm trying to put it all together, right? I'm trying to put it all together, but then I get over here. He knocks out Burnt Strick, Dillian White. Then he goes and fights Chisora, put 1,000,000 damn polka dots on his face. I say, damn. Oh, okay. But he gets to Ngannou and get his shit handed to him. And Fury got so, let me tell you something. Fury got so tired in that fight with Usyk because he was trying to put all he could in them punches and they weren't doing a damn thing. They weren't doing nothing to Oleksandr Usyk. They wasn't doing nothing. Nathaniel. Now, I seen a couple tweets. I seen a couple tweets that somebody was saying that Oleksandr Usyk getting his ass whooped. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You got a little bit too much dip on your chip for say something like that. Because what I did see was the small man walking down the big man. That's what I did see. I did see the small man walking down the big man. I seen him slipping a couple shots. I seen him talking in the belly. See, Fury thought, he was just going to head hunt because he couldn't get to him because he was short. No, Oleksandr Usyk kept it basic. Used angles, went to the body, went to his chest. Went to the body, went to his chest. Hit him on the arm a couple times. Back to the body, back to the chest, back to the arms. And guess what? 1, 2, and 3, we knew sooner or later that if I keep hitting you right here, notice one time I ain't touched my head, but if I keep hitting you right here, boom, you're going to get hit. And that's exactly what happened. Smart game plan. And I knew from the beginning that's what it was, because if you want to be honest with you, if you want me to be honest with you, like I've always have been, Tyson Fury didn't want to fight Oleksandr Usyk because guess what? He knew there was a slim chance, or there was a chance that, hey, these people over here not fucking with me like that, so I can't get away with what I want to get away with. It's a possibility of a chance that I can lose, because what fighter on this green earth would turn down 60 million guaranteed? What fighter would turn down 60 million guaranteed? And he say, you know what? if I'm going to lose, I'm on all the money. And that's exactly what happened. And if you guys couldn't read through that, and I've been vividly telling you, hey, this is how much it is. This is how much it is. This was going on. This was going on. Before I say, you know what, I'm just going to relax. I'm just going to relax, enjoy my time, enjoy my daughter, get back in the gym, do my thing. That's what I've done. But everything I've said has come to fruition. Boom, it's right in your face. Right in your face. What fighter going to turn down 120 million when it's a chance for both of us to make 60 million off one fight? Now, trust me. Now, people got the wrong misconception about, the Saudis just throwing out money. No. That's a misconception. You're going to fight. You're going to fight. That's what people don't understand. You're going to fight. Now, people say, well, he made a big payday against Ngannou. No fighter over there has made a big payday against Ngannou. Now, they'll tell you, this fighter made 50 million to fight Ngannou. That's a fucking lie. Neither one of those guys made over 10 million to fight Ngannou. But you mean to tell me that I got a guy who, potentially made undisputed before they fought, right? I know they just fought, but we're talking about before, because I took y'all back to the beginning, who potentially could have made undisputed a long time ago. This fight supposed to have happened March, April, May of last year. And here we are a year later talking about that. The same guy who turned down 60 million. Come on, man. What fighter you know going to turn down 60 million? So he knew in his head already, there's a potential I could lose this fight. I can't get away with what I need to get away with. So I'm going to need some more money. I'm going to need this. I'm going to need that. Come on, man. I was seeing right through it. Then you want to talk about the lead up to the fight. Fury was nervous as hell. He was nervous energy. Not looking at Usyk. Not looking at him. And then you got his dumb head ass daddy headbutting folks. And that's why I tweeted Turkey. In Turkey, I had got a call from the little prince, the little crown prince son. I know him personally, and he said, "Man, Turkey got your tweet, man," because he know that I talk to him all the time. And I said, "Man," I tweeted Turkey. I said, "Man, get that clown shit from over there, man. Headbutting folks and shit. Come on, this ain't wrestling. We ain't finna turn this into wrestling, WWE. Come on, man, go ahead on. You know what I mean? Go ahead on." But I gotta give Usyk his credit. A lot of people look down on Usyk. A lot of people was telling me that Usyk gonna lose. I'm like, hey, listen. First of all, and I started to do a live betting show, but I haven't did one in so long, and I was like, I'm gonna just chill. But first of all of last week, Oleksandr Usyk was sitting at plus 100. Oleksandr Usyk was sitting at plus 100. Fury was like minus 120. I said, wait a fucking minute. You got the guy who's unified champion with 3 belts as the underdog, but you got Fury who's the champion who's only had 2 title defenses? Well, really just 1. It didn't make sense. You know what I mean? It didn't make sense to me. And then on top of that, I said, well, knowing what I know he couldn't cheat. I know he couldn't do this. I know they got a stint for testing. I also knew that he turned down 60 million or 120 million. I said, man, and he won't even look this man in his eyes. I said, that's some nervous energy. I said, yeah, let me go and put this little money on Oleksandr Usyk, because Usyk can box. From the opening bell, Usyk went straight to Fury. Usyk went straight to Fury. Straight to him. Started backing him up. normally you see Fury, one punch knockout power coming forward and this, and the third. Come on, man. Come on. So I knew automatically what was up right there. You know what I mean? I knew that, hey, it's going to be upset. And I knew that Oleksandr Usyk was the A side because he signed with the Saudis. He signed with them. You know, and I understand that. And I also know some other stuff as well. Like I know what Turkey like from conversations. I know what he like. I know what he doesn't like. Right. I know who he really mess with and don't really mess with. You know, I know this type of stuff. So, you know, that's one of the reasons why I kind of just been chill and, you know, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Obviously I do. but I kind of just been chilling and relaxing because, you know, there's a lot to say and I don't want to say the wrong thing, right? But are you guys surprised that Tyson Fury lost? Be honest. You can be honest with me. You can be honest with me. Because you know, one of my guys saying that it was a robbery. I'm like, what the fuck fight was you watching? Yeah, you know, what the fuck fight was you watching? No, they said a split decision, but I don't even agree with the split decision because I had Usyk winning by 2 rounds. You know, I have Usyk winning by 2 rounds. But the Joker was definitely in, like my boy Champside saying, shout out to Champside, man. And he said the Joker, you know, he said the Joker beat up Batman. You know what I'm saying? Usyk was definitely live in the fact that day. He was in the building, man. And it was nothing that nobody could do about it that day. That night was his, for sure. Dwayne Price said, I'm not. Nah, for sure. I understand, for sure. Shelton said, nope. AJ64 was good with it. ATL Unanimous Boxing Sports was good with you. He said, hell no, I won money. Shit, I'm glad you did, brother. But look, it ain't got nothing to do with me or nothing like that, right? But honestly, if you just sat there and thought about, right? Because I know the people who come over here when I do go live or when I have go live. I know who rock with me and I know who don't. I know who here just to listen and see what I'm going to say so they can take and run and make a narrative. I know, right? But if you've been listening to what I'm saying and you looking at how everything playing out, you'll see like, damn, bro was on point with that. Okay, bro was on point with this. Shit, bro knows something. Okay, bro was right about that. And mind you, I ain't been on the scene. So everything that I'm saying, you see the puzzle moving. You see everything moving. So everything, if you follow the steps leading up to this fight, everything I've said about this fight in particular, it had to make you raise your eyebrows like, damn, hold on. Somebody don't want to fight. Somebody don't want to fight. If you caught a whiff of that, you should have put some money on it. Even if you caught a whiff of that, you should have been like, damn, bro said home, turn down this. Shaw don't want to fight like that. Oh, okay, I might have to go and put a little something down. You know what I'm saying? But Jessica, what's happening? What's going on with it? What's happening with you? Fury should have 5 losses, 3 to Wilder, 1 with that big cut in the last one. Yeah, man, you know, and listen, this is how I just remember the first time that I had a conversation with Deontay, and you know, when he was telling me all about Turkey and how Turkey, you know, who he likes and who he don't like, and Turkey won't, you know, have any none of that cheating shit going on, and you know, he's trying to, you know, bring boxing back and things. Well, I remember when we first had that conversation, that always stuck with me. That always stuck with me. And you can go, you know, he was throwing hints on the first time he spoke about Saudi when he was speaking with 78 on that first interview when he was actually in Saudi Arabia. So when he had, you know, when he talked about that, that kind of made me, okay, we're gonna see what's going on. And then just to meet the people that he's associated with, like I got a good his lead man that works for, of course, Riyadh season. his head man who works everything to make sure everybody in place. I got his number. Shit, I was just talking to him earlier, and the prince, right? So Turkey works for the prince that I know. Turkey works for his father. So I talked to the little prince. I talk to him every day. So like just to have that relationship with him and understanding them, I'm seeing what they're trying to do with boxing. As you can see, they definitely came over here to to the U.S. putting together a card. Now, what's ironically what's funny about that? Uh, it's not up, but I did say this. I said, I remember when um, the Sheik. I was telling you guys about the Sheik. The Sheik has a crib out in Beverly Hills. And I was saying that, hey, they don't really like to be seen, but they be over here in the US. And I was telling you guys about the propaganda about how the US portrayed the Saudis and people trying to argue me back and forth. I'm like, okay, well, you believe what you want to believe, and I'm going to believe what I want to believe. But at the end of the day, the Saudis, the Sheik, one of the princes, they got houses over here, so they know exactly what's going on. They know what's being said about them. But I also did mention that they're looking to eventually bring boxing out here to America, and it's definitely happening. They're definitely going to have a venue out in California, LA to be exact, and they'll have a car. So everything, if you've been listening to everything I've said, everything is 100% accurate. You know what I mean? Uh, Uh, but that's what it is, man. You know what I mean? That's what it is. I'm not surprised by this fight. Like I said before, if you follow the timeline on this fight, there was just things that you had to raise your eyebrow about. There's things that you had to see. Now there was moments where Fury did, have some moments in the fight. Just like I seen Usyk, people thought that Oleksandr Usyk was dying down like the 6th and 7th round. I actually said no. He's trying to, he don't get me wrong. He took some time off. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna sit up and bullshit, but he took a round or two off. But that's the same thing he did in the middle rounds when he fought Anthony Joshua. I gave Joshua a big credit because I felt like Alexander Usyk took off 4 rounds to 0, and then Joshua fought back 4 hard rounds straight, and then going into the ninth, it was 4-4. I said, "Oh damn, this fight can be anybody's." And I felt like he kind of had that same thing. I see that Alexander Usyk went and got in great shape. He picked up 10 pounds of muscle, so he had to use that physique. But I had also been talking and checking on Alexander Usyk anyway. Um, One of his sparring partners, Double XL, who was always in our camp, who actually was just left Alabama from sparring, Deontay getting ready for Zilla Zane. He was down there. So I knew the type of shape that uh, um, my man Usyk was doing. I knew what he was doing in camp. I would FaceTime. I would FaceTime Double XL, right? I would FaceTime him. Hey man, what y'all working on? How you looking? He'll show me a little glimpse or whatever like that on the iPhone and turn it back. But that's my guy, man. So I was always checking on Usyk, you know what I mean, and seeing what he had going on because I was very interested in this fight. I wanted to see how this fight played out, and it played out just how I drew it up. It did. Right. Like I said before, I seen nervous energy during fight week. I seen Joker coming to play, but all that, dancing on the ropes and all that clown shit, man, that's the same thing he did in the first fight with Deontay Wilder. That was in the first fight. Did the same thing, raising his arm after the bell. That shit don't ring you no rounds. And as much as I love Tank, and I'll never shit on Tank because that's my, and Tank we that's my dog. We did some shit back in the days, you know what I'm saying? But Tank was wrong for saying that, one good round and win no fights. But shit, Fury was doing the same shit, dancing on the ropes and doing this and put his hands behind back. That's the same shit he did in the fight with Deontay Wilder. You see what that shit got him? It got him a draw. And this time he got him a loss. That shit don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? The Diesel, they're gonna have their own, they're gonna bring their own referees. They get who they want. They're gonna get the realest ones. If you think about it, you ain't seen name me one bullshit referee you seen in the ring over there. Look at the judges. You ain't seen that, you know. So yeah, man. It is, hey man. Look, I just don't know what fight some people watched, you know. But and people heard me say this as well. Sometimes when you have that fighter who's control, sometimes you can tell who's controlling the fight, and Usyk was controlling the fight. How in the fuck do I got this 6'7" cokehead backing the hell up on these ropes? And there was a couple rounds where Fury did absolutely. He might have threw some couple punches at the end of the round, but if you look from 3 minutes, starting at the 3 minute mark and coming all the way down to about the last 50 seconds, 50 seconds of a round don't win you no fight. Let's talk about what happened in these last, these last 2 minutes when you did Nathaniel. Let's talk about that. I want to talk about the 50 seconds that then you go throw your hands up. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the whole round, because what I saw was you getting backed up from round 1 all the way to round 6, getting backed up. Before you came on strong, got to give him 6, 7, 8. No, he came on strong. He did. He came on real strong. But just like, Usyk did with Joshua, I'm not going to say he gassed out, but he kind of toned it down a little bit. And then what happens in round 10, 11, and 12? Oh, he turned that shit up. He turned that shit up, man, for sure. But, hey, it's over and done with. And in fact, Usyk is not even the undisputed champion no more. Because it was a long stall. It was a long stall. Like I said before, there was, Usyk and the IBF had next. The IBF had next, but it was the WBA. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but around this time last year, right, Daniel Dubois and Oleksandr Usyk was announced, but it was trying to see if Daniel Dubois was in good enough shape, right? Said Fury controlled the fight from round. How the fuck can you control the fight if your back is on the ropes, not throwing punches, and you only throwing punches the last 50 seconds? Somebody tell me how is that controlling the fight? Tell me, because if I can have my back on the ropes and I throw punches for 50 fucking seconds and I'm controlling the fight, but the bigger man has his back on the ropes, running from pillow to post, like a pillow to post, backing up on the back foot. He's 6'8". He's a one-punch knockout power fighter. But you got this little bitty ass 6'3" fucking cruiserweight walking your ass down, punching on your stomach, punching on your arms, punching on your chest, and you mean to tell me he can control the fight for 50 fucking seconds? Get the fuck out of here, man. Don't ever say no bullshit like that, bro, because when you talk boxing, bro, you got to talk with knowledge. And I'm sitting here looking at the fight, rewatching this morning. The motherfucker did literally nothing for 50, only did something for 50 seconds, and at least 6 different rounds. And you're telling me he controlled the fight? What the fuck fight was you watching? Don't give me that shit, man. Don't give me that shit. 50 seconds of a fight and throwing your hands up don't win you no goddamn fight. What the fuck are you looking at? And I'm being honest. What the fuck are you looking at? 50 fucking seconds, you telling me he controlling the fight. Man, get the fuck out of here. But he got his big ass backing up all the way around this fucking ring by the smaller guy. Get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah, straight left a lot because he was dropping his hands because he was worried about getting hit in the stomach and the chest. Come on, man. The stats tell you that. He was controlling the fight, but Usyk down there threw almost over 100 and some odd punches more. What? Man, give me that bullshit, bro. Man, look, I'm off that shit. But Brian Norman Jr., man, people get me fired up by dumb shit, man. You know what I mean? People get me fired up by dumb shit. Come on, man. You gotta know who you're talking to, man. I don't just watch the rounds. I watch what's going on in the fight. I watch who's done what for how many seconds, all that. You can't tell me he was controlling the fight, and I'm looking at the motherfucker do nothing. You can't tell me that. Hey, you can't sell me a Black Rock. You can't sell me a Black Rock. You can't sell me that. But Brian Norman Jr., man. Brian Norman Jr. I've been trying to tell people. You seen Brian Norman Jr. over here for the last past almost 2 years. You seen Brian Norman Jr. I was the first to introduce you guys. Right? I was the first to introduce you guys. I was telling people to be patient with him. It was certain things. And it was certain things I was telling you about Brian Norman that if you know, you know. Now people were saying, well, he don't look that good. We heard the sparring stories. That's what we want to see. Of course, people want to go. Of course, people want to see knockouts. Of course. But when he had his first fight back, everybody, it was mid, I was hoping I seen the Bud when he hurt Bud, or I wanted to see when he, fucked up Tank. I wanted to see all that. I wanted to see that, Brian. Well, it's not even an excuse to him, but you got, sometimes like you guys always say, oh, a fighter got to be busy. When Brian Norman first signed with Top Rank, Brian Norman hadn't fought in almost a year and 3 months. So he had that fight. Now, one thing about it, Brian Norman also had a hand problem as well. And you can look at the timeline. You can look at the timeline yourself. He had that fight, the first fight, then the second fight, even though he hurt his hand in the first fight with Top Rank, right? But he also had to grow. So we went from the first fight to the second fight where he did hurt his hand. He pulled back, right? He pulled back and went to the next fight a couple months later because he had the surgery. Now check this out. What people don't know is that they've offered Brian Norman at least 3 different people each time he's fought. They offer him at least 3 different people, and he's picked the best available opponent each and every time. But they'll tell you, oh, well, he ain't, we need to see him do this. We need to see him do that. We need to see him do this. We need to see him do that. Cool. Well, he come back off the hand injury, fights, had one fight, beat him, and I actually went to the fight in LA. People were saying that, oh, this is going to be his biggest test. This guy can really box. This guy can do this. Now, although the fight was sloppy based on the other guy, right? Based off the other guy, it was sloppy because of, the styles just didn't mix with each other, right? Didn't mix. One guy, he wanted to lay on the ropes and try to, be technical, and Brian wanted to bang. And I do agree. And I told Brian to himself and text him to his face and said, bro, you was smothering your shots. I ain't like this. I ain't like that. Right. But he's still growing. This is the guy he fought was a Olympic team alternative, but they'll tell you, oh, he hasn't fought nobody. Then he fight Boba Chica. Yeah, he did get caught and dropped in the first round, but it was also, and I think that he lost that round, but came back and won the second round. He cut the guy right on his eye. Then of course Brian got one. It was a no contest, right? Brian wanted to run it back. Norman wanted to run it back. He said, fuck it, let's run it back. I said, bro, we going to have to change what we going to do. See, I can, I called, bro, we going to do boom, 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 boom. But see, I knew, and this is how people get on this fucking YouTube and pretend to talk boxing, but they don't really know what the fuck be going on. Because I just came from one channel, and motherfucker tell me, yo, he wasn't even top 10. Whoa. First of all, Brian Norman was like number 11, number 12. So he was going to inch his way in anyway, right? So the homecoming fight for Centillion was this, he had a homecoming fight coming up. So if you know how the rankings work, when you first get your title defense, sometimes they pick from the bottom to the top sometimes. You know what I mean? Especially in the homecoming fight. So he was going to get the chance. I knew that Brian Norman potentially could have got Centillion before he fought Bubba Chica. I said, yeah. He probably going to get that shot. But I also knew that it was going to be for an interim. I knew that Bud Crawford was moving up, so I said, you know what, this fight could potentially be. And shout out to my brother L Dub as well. I said we said this fight could potentially turn into a title fight. We were saying that before his last fight. So this just let me know people get on this YouTube talking boxing, but they don't really know what's going on. They ain't know bro had injuries. They ain't know bro was, had 6 months off here, a year off here, and a year and some change off there. They didn't know that. They get on this motherfucker. How, I'm not sold. Oh, okay. But then I heard a motherfucker get on here talking about, he called out Boots. Yes, he called out Boots. But what people also don't know is that him and Boots are sparring partners. So basically, what he's emphasizing is that, yeah, I know Boots is good. I know Boots is great. Me and Boots can get it on. But right now, I want Conor Ben. Right now, I want this person. Right now, I want that person. I just heard his father on another channel today saying the same exact thing. So I know I know because I'm with Brian. I know what's going on. He sparred with Boots. In fact, the same weekend that you guys hear about the stories with him and Bud Crawford, that same week he was sparring with Boots up in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? It ain't no beef there, but for a person to get on this motherfucker on his YouTube and talk like, oh, they don't know. No, he said Boots' name for a reason, because if he didn't say Boots' names, guess what? You was gonna be crucifying him anyway. Just like a motherfucker say, all right, we know he don't want the guy from Philadelphia. How you gonna tell that man who he want? Come on, man. But it is mutual respect too. He letting them know, like, yeah, we work with each other. Yeah, we spar partners. Yeah, we can get it on. But I know right now, we're not gonna get it on, because that's, we can build this up. I keep winning, you know what I'm saying? Get some fights up on my belt. You do your thing, and we can meet for unification or undisputed or whatever the case may be. Because if you think about it, all the belts at 147 are dispersed right now, except for the WBO and Boots got the IBF. Which kind of got the WBC. So the belt's been dispersed for a minute. So let the man work. Let the man work. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Conor Ben, he just came in the WBO rankings at what I think number 12, number 11. Maybe Brian Norman give Conor Ben a chance, or what's my other guy name who was up there too, or Teofimo Lopez if he win his fight coming up. Maybe Teofimo Lopez, because he a super champion. Maybe he'll move up the 147 and challenge, Brian Norman for a homecoming fight, because I've heard that fight could be happening too. You know what I mean? But just to sit here and say, oh, we know you, bro, him and Boots been sparring for the last 4 years. What are you talking about? Just don't get on this YouTube shit just saying any goddamn thing, because you don't know what you're talking about. Because that's one way you lead your fans wrong. Your fans get the, and then when they hear me talk, they like, damn, nah, bruh said, no. I want to give you the real. I want to give you the real. Yeah, so Barrio got a belt too, I think. Yeah, Barrio got a belt too. Joseph Townsend, what's good with you? What's going on? So for it to be, do I believe that it was one of the best fights for Brian Norman? Yeah, this what y'all been waiting for, right? This is one of the fights y'all been waiting for. Miss Joette, what's going on? This is the fight y'all been waiting for, right? You know what I'm saying? This is what y'all been wanting to see. Everybody asked me, bro, you was at the sparring, what happened? I've been keeping it 100. I know what happened. I know what happened with him and Bud. I also know what happened with him and Tank. I was there every time they sparred. I know what happened with him and Boost too. I've been there. I know. You know what I mean? I know. I just don't, I give hints, but shit, I can't take it to the, I can take it to the water, but I can't make you drink it either. Right? But with that being said, man, I watched this young man from and the picture the picture on my bottom right hand corner, man, that's a young Brian Norman. That picture was taken in 2017. That picture was taken in 2017. I know what Brian Norman can do. I've been knowing what he can do. My first time ever sparring Brian Norman, he was 15 years old. I knew he had bricks in his fucking hand since that day. I've been telling people, hey, that kid can fucking punch. I'm trying to tell you. I even told a story on here before. You know, it got to the point. It got to the point that he would be sparring. I'll go ahead and get dressed anyway because I know he about to drop. He about to knock him out. That's been a lot of different times. That's been a lot of different times. A1 Hoops on. What's good with you? A1 Hoops on. Okay, what's up with you, big dog? I ain't heard from you in a minute. Of course, I ain't been on here in a minute. So him and Barrios be a good fight. Yeah, that's another opponent. Nah, for sure. So for me to see Brian, man, that you know, I knew it was real. Me and Brian had spoke before he went to camp, and he said, "Bro, what you see?" He said, "Bro, what you see?" I told him what I thought about Centennial. He told me what he thought about Centennial. You know what I mean? He knew I was getting ready for a fight, so I had a fight coming up. He had one coming up, so we really didn't talk as much. But I knew he was going to Dallas. I think I might have talked to him 1 or 2 times while he was in Dallas. I knew he was going to Dallas, and he got away from Atlanta. Got away. And if you know Brian, like I know Brian, I ain't gonna, well, you could probably say homesick, you know, probably homesick because, you know, this is Atlanta, you know, he's still young. So probably homesick. But when I seen that he didn't come back, I see his dad on the Instagram and in the Twitter, he'll be here and Brian's still out there training. I knew then it was real. And then I started seeing the different spar partners who he was getting work from. I started seeing the different sparring partners who was getting work from. He got work from Puello. Puello got a fight coming up against Gary Antoine Russell. He was getting work with the guy who Edwin De Los Santos, right? He was getting work with Edwin De Los Santos. He got some work with Michael Fox. He got some work with some other southpaws too. I forget their name, but he was getting great work. He was getting good quality work. He got away from home. You know what I mean? We got away from home and went to work and got busy. You know what I mean? And sometimes it takes that. And he ain't a little boy no more. He grew up right in front of my eyes. I've been knowing Brian Norman since he was 15. You know, like I said before, that picture that you see or you saw in my bottom right hand corner, he was only that was back in 2017. So that was 7 years ago. So I'm letting you know how I knew he was the real deal. I've been knowing he was the real deal. There were guys who would not fight him in the amateurs. I knew he's the real deal, you know. But I think now guys got to put some respect on his name. You know, I think you got to put some respect on his name because, again, he's only 23 years old. He's only 23 years old. You got to put a respect on his name, man. One thing I also want to say, as much as people want to say, you know, they asked me about the Bud thing, and as much as that went on between Bud and, you know, Bud, Bo, and Coach Red and all those guys over there, and of course I was there, so I know what happened, and Brian Norman, Big Brian Norman, his daddy, even his brother Drabo. As much as that has went on between the two camps, Coach Red reached out to me the night before the fight, which is one of Bud Crawford's coaches, reached out to me and he said, man, I believe that Brian Norman can beat this kid. He need to do this, and the third on top of what he's already doing. I sent it to Brian Norman, and I sent it to Brian Norman. I sent it to Brian Norman Jr. and I sent it to Brian Norman Sr. They both said respect, and we really appreciate that. So all the talk between him and Bud, that shit can die down now because It ain't no ill will. Everybody cool. They believed in Brian. And for me to even see that come through as a text message on my phone from Coach Red, who I know, listen, we know it was some interchangeable words between the two camps. Shit, I was in the middle of it. You know what I mean? So I know, right? But for Coach Red to hit me up and say that, and it was all love, man. So uh y'all gotta put some respect on Brian on my name, dog. Y'all gotta put some respect on it for sure. Got to put some respect on it. I mean, he went to another man hometown, right? And you can pretty much say that the fights that he had prior to fighting Centillion, wasn't much. It wasn't much that what people had been looking for. So he knew that he had to deliver. But I knew that any moment he can deliver, simply because how that's who he is. And he was telling y'all the whole week, listen, I thrive up under pressure. I thrive up under pressure. And I could tell at the weigh-in, not the weigh-ins, but the press conference the day or 2 days before, he was a little bit, the day before the weigh-ins, he was a little bit frustrated because he really wanted to put hands and feet on Buddy then. I can tell. He said, listen, I ain't got no more to say. Y'all gonna see. That's why he stopped talking during the press conference. I know Little B. I know him. Right? But shouts out to Lil B, man. He did the thing, and y'all know the interview coming. Y'all know the interview coming. You know I'm finna bring him over here. We finna get it popping. When I touch down in Saudi, y'all know you got the exclusive footage coming. Make sure you sub to the other channel as well. Make sure you go ahead and sub to my other channel, right? Make sure you go ahead and sub to the other channel, because all my other stuff gonna be on my other channel. I'm gonna post I'm gonna post all my interviews and stuff on this channel, but all my videos of Saudi and stuff over there, because I got a whole bunch of things planned coming up. So make sure y'all tap into the other channel. Make sure you subscribe over there, because it's gonna be a little bit different in Saudi this time. So make sure you tap in. But man, I just had to touch the scene and bless the scene one time for the one time, man, because it's a lot of fugaziness going on, man, and people ain't keeping it 1,000 when they breaking down these fights, man. It's a lot of fugaziness, and people want to, I don't know, man. It's a lot of BS been going on, but I kind of wanted to get away from the whole for a minute. Anyway, I was gonna come back at one point in time, but it was just too much back and forth about Devin and Tank. I can't, if you know me, I'm not gonna get into that shit. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth every day about a Tank and Devin fight when they ain't even fighting. I'm not doing that, right? It's just too much back and forth. I'm not doing that. Hell with that. Let's talk boxing, man. I'm not getting into that clown shit. But at the end of the day, what was I gotta speak on it, because what was done. So what's the other channel? Damn, I forgot off the top of my head. Let's see. Oh, okay, I got it. I got it. Put it up in there. PAZ, yeah. Yeah, I got it. Matter of fact, let me just put the link in there. I'm tripping. That's how you know I ain't been on here that long. I ain't been on here, man. I just been living, bro. I've been living, man, for sure. I've been living. I've been having, life be lifing, man. That's what people like to say, right? Life be lifing. So I've been doing some things and getting some stuff that I need to get done. You know what I mean? Got it done. I also had a fight. You know what I mean? I got another fight. I'm getting right back in the ring June 22nd. Gonna be my second one. Shit, I'm trying to fight 10 times this year, man. I'm trying to fight 10 times this year. So, and I think I can get it done. I think I'm gonna fight 10 times this year. So we moving, man. We back moving, fully healed from an accident. You know what I mean? It was crazy. I had another accident too. So I had another accident too. So man, it's just it's crazy, man. But for sure, man. Oh yeah, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I just seen it come through. Andrew Charles, I appreciate that as well. They want who's on. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. Just tap into the other one because I'm gonna be posting a lot of stuff over there. Uh, post a lot of stuff over there when we in Saudi and stuff like that. So, Miss Joey, I appreciate that for sure. Thank you. Appreciate it. And man, yeah. So we definitely got another fight week upon us this week as well. I'll probably come back on what's today? Monday. I'll probably come back on Tuesday. No. Wednesday. Before you travel. Yeah, before I travel. Yeah, before I travel. So I'm gonna get that stuff done. Okay, Joseph Townsend, I appreciate that, bro. So you're gonna get on some of these rider cards, man. Listen, man, honestly, bro, that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to fight as much time as I want. Turkey, he already know about he know I wanted Turkey know that I wanted to fight with what's that boy name? Uh Turkey knew that I wanted to have that fight with the little pussy that's scared from the UK, Fury Boy. Turkey know about that because he hit up somebody I know about that. Uh, but we don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't care to. I really would. I wanted to fight the guy who fight at 140 who's from Saudi. Um, but he told me no. He's coached by the coach on the West Coast. I can't think his name. I told y'all when I get to talking boxing, I forget names. Yeah, Low just won, but Low don't want to fight though. Low a bitch. And Low can't fight, man. Look, Low can't, man. Low was supposed to get that guy up out of there. He can't fight. You're a bitch, though. But yeah, man, I'm finna get up out of here, man. Eyes itching. That mean I'm getting sleepy. Eyes itching, so I'm out, man. But I'll definitely be back on Wednesday before we head out. But with that being said, I'm out. Love, peace, happiness, and hello, world.